What's going on, guys? My name is Kyle. Welcome back. Today, we have another Lancer episode, and I'm very excited. Today, we are giving the Lancer a very, very well-deserved performance upgrade. Now, there's a couple of avenues that you can go down just to give your car that little bit more performance. You have engine modifications, you have better handling gear, you have better tires and wheels, you have better brakes, and that's what we're going to focus on today. We are giving the Lancer a brake upgrade. Does this mean we're going to upgrade our brakes with some nice slotted discs and some brand new brake pads? Probably should, but no. Everything that we need today to give this car that extra 15 horsepower is right here in this rattle can. Today, we're painting some brakes. We're going to paint some brakes. Now, before you get upset and say that's not going to give you any performance boost, you're wrong, okay? Red calipers are proven to be better brakes. There's no way around it. So take that. Upgrading the brakes and putting bigger brakes on the front and some slotted discs is definitely something that I probably will do in the future, but I'm broke. And this was $15. So easy gains per dollar, I'm telling you right now. Now, I'm sure some of you probably have some questions as to why would you want to paint your brake calipers? And there is only one answer. Because it's sick. That's it. Now we're going to jump straight into making this performance upgrade happen. I'm going to put the car up on jack stand. We're going to take the tires off. We're going to prep and get ready to paint these calipers and brake drums, because that's exactly how you should all spend your Saturdays. Let's go. Alrighty, now that the car's up, I've got jack stands on either one of the corners, and I still have the jack at the back of the car just to be safe. Now it's time we take those wheels off. So much easier. Alrighty, I've got all the wheels off. I put the tires underneath the car as a fail-safe, just in case, for whatever reason, the car does fall off the jack stands, or for whatever the situation is going to be. I put the tires underneath there to catch it, make sure it doesn't hit the ground, because the last thing that you want is any of the running gear to hit the concrete when the car falls. That is a terrible time. I'm not telling you out of experience, because it's never happened to me, thank God, but I'm going to put them there just to be safe. So now what we're going to do is take off the covers of the rear drums and give them a bit of a clean, and we're going to tape up the front calipers. I was going to remove the calipers, take the pads out, tape up everything and make it look really, really nice. But upon taking off the front wheels, I realized that these rotors really do need to be replaced. So I'm going to tape up around them, do as best as I can. The pads and the rotors are going to have to be changed over, so I'm going to have to do that another day. But I'm just going to tape it around so we can paint the calipers. Makes my job a hell of a lot easier. So first things first, let's take off these rear drums. Now, if you've never taken off rear drums before, I'll show you how to do it. It's pretty straightforward. Now, if you've put the handbrake on to take the rear tires off, you want to make sure the handbrake's off so the drum can spin freely. Otherwise, you're never going to get it off. So take the handbrake off, come to the back, and what you should be able to do is wiggle it from side to side. I'll show you now, but if you can't do that, all you need to do is very simple. Get yourself one of these. Get a mallet, smack it a couple of times. I'll show you how to do it. Easy peasy. Alrighty, so this is what a rear brake drum looks like. If you've never seen one, it's a little bit different to the way disc brakes work. Essentially, there's shoes on the inside that push out, and that's what stops the drum from spinning, whereas calipers clamp onto the disc. This just pushes out against this outer shell, and that's what slows down the wheel. So to take this off, there are two little holes right here that you can put a threaded bolt into. When you tighten it with a ratchet, the whole thing will pop off. I don't have a bolt to use, so we're going to show you the other way. Now, if you've never taken a drum brake apart, one thing that you do need to remember is on the inside of the drum brake, there is a bunch of springs that pull the brake shoes off the outer wall, and they are under tension. So just be careful when you're taking them apart. The last thing that you want is for one of those springs to come loose for whatever reason and flick you in the eye, because that is not a good time. So to get these ones off, all you need to do is grab either side of the drum brake, give it a bit of a pull. This one is not going anywhere, so just get your mallet, give it a couple of taps on either side, give it a bit of force, and it should break free. Took a little bit more effort than I thought. So you can see it's starting to come a bit loose, and then you just pull the whole thing off, and that is your drum brake cover. And then you can see everything on the inside. Geez, looking at this, I really need to replace these brake shoes and the brake cylinder. They look terrible. So, looks like we're redoing all of the brakes on the Lancer in another video. Yay. Alrighty, that's step one complete. We've got both brake disc covers. We're gonna give these a bit of a clean, get them ready for paint, and then we're gonna tape up the calipers. Let's make it happen. Alrighty, so now that these are outside, ready to go, I'm gonna use some wax and grease remover, use this wire brush, get them as clean as I can, and get ready for paint. Alrighty, now that these are clean and wiped down, we get to do the fun stuff. So we're gonna do 2 coats light and then 1 medium to wet coat. You have to do 3 coats all within an hour and then let it dry. So I'm gonna do the first coats now, get these ones ready, and then I'll start taping up the calipers. Alrighty, coat 1 on the drums is ready. Let's get these calipers ready to go. Alrighty, so I've got both front calipers all taped up, ready to go. I've got a covering around the floor just to make sure that there's no overspray. So all I need to do now is just give it another quick wipe down with some wax and grease remover, and then we'll get our first coat done. Alrighty, so we've got 2 coats done already. Now it's time to do the 3rd coat, which needs to be a little bit wetter than the last 2, just to make sure it's completely covered. And then we're done. We're just gonna wait for it to dry and we can take all this stuff off. Well, let's do it. Alrighty, we're almost there, baby. I've taken off all the masking tape from the calipers, so that's all ready to go. All the coats finished. Now what we need to do is get the drum brakes, put them back on the car, get the tires on, drop it off the stands, and have a look at it. Let's do it. So this is what the drums look like. They came out pretty well. So I'm gonna grab these now, chuck them on the car, and let's just see what it looks like all up. Alrighty, tire 1 is on. I'm gonna do the rest, get the car off these stands and lower it to the ground. Let's go. So there we are, everything is back on the car, the wheels are on, the car is lowered, everything is ready to go. I'm ready to take this car for a spin. So what I've tried to do, I don't know if you can see it down there, but I put a GoPro on the car. Hopefully you're not gonna be able to see it. It just fell off. I'm not driving with that on my car. That could have ended poorly. So I won't be showing you what it looks like on the road because I don't want to destroy my GoPro. I will show you what it looks like with this camera. Let's go. So there you go, they're all done. They are definitely not the prettiest things in the world, but it was a hell of a lot of fun and I got to spend the entire day working on my car for like 20 bucks. So, I mean, you can't go wrong. So if you're like me and you want to give your car an extra 15 horsepower on the cheap, go down to your local shop, get some caliper paint. It's 15 to 20 bucks, spend the whole day working on your car. I'm actually really happy we did this because now I know that I have to replace my drum shoes, I have to replace my brake cylinder, I have to replace all the hardware within my drum brakes, I have to change my rotors, and now I need new pads. So this has turned out to be an expensive exercise. But nonetheless, like I said, 15 horsepower in a can. I don't know what else you want from me. Like, I'm out here giving you tips and stuff. This is a win-win. I genuinely do not ever see this as a negative. Like I said, it's super cheap and I don't care how it looks. You guys might think it looks silly to have red calipers. I think you're silly for not having red calipers. It definitely makes your car perform better. Don't fact check that. But regardless of how silly this mod was, I genuinely enjoyed just taking apart my brakes and working with my car without having to spend a couple of $100s. If you guys are also working on a project car, or if you're just working on your daily, it is expensive. And if I want to do anything or film a video or for whatever the reason, I have to spend money. So it was a no-brainer. At least now we know in the next couple of weeks, I'll be taking apart all the drum brakes and replacing everything internally, which is cool because I've never had the opportunity to actually replace the brake cylinder, change all the hardware, change over the shoes in a drum brake. So it's gonna be a first time for me. And I'm kind of nervous, but I'm very excited to give it a go. So stay tuned for that. If you guys like this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. Also subscribe. I post new videos every week. You don't want to miss them. If you guys have been enjoying these Lancer episodes, please leave me a comment below. I would love to know what you think. I've been having a lot of fun making them, so I hope you're enjoying them as much as I am. If you guys want to come and join us on any of our social media, I'll leave all the links in the description below. Come say hello. I'd love to have you there. If live streams are more your thing, I'll leave the full schedule in the description. Come let me know you found this video and tell me what other mods I need to do to this car. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna leave you to it. I love your face. Bye.